Hello and welcome to a media moment. Today we are talking with Marc Duci, Executive Director of ActonTV. Welcome, Marc.
Thank you very much for having me, Carol.
You're welcome. We are here to talk about you, your beginnings in the business and your interests that led up to your involvement with TV. And how did you get started in the whole TV interest?
So I wasn't always interested in TV or video production. When I was in high school, I was in a band. I was a drummer in a band, and I was really into music. It was around the mid-90s, and I was really into like the grunge scene and Nine Inch Nails and Alice in Chains, and I loved
Really?
heavy music, and so I was really into that. And I decided after I graduated high school that I was going to go to college for music, specifically sound recording. So I ended up going to Mount Wachusett to get an associate's degree in sound recording, and that was in 1996 I started. But while I was there, it was, I believe, my final semester there, I took a class called Film Appreciation. Just because it sounded like fun, I needed some credits, and I get to watch movies. Yay, cool! And
Of course.
and so we watched a lot of classics that I had never seen before, but I had heard of, and we had to write some papers on them. And I honestly just fell in love with the cinema and with movies because of that class. So I decided after I got my degree that I would try to explore a bachelor's degree in video production, film, TV. They had a program there that looked like it was going to fulfill what I was looking for. So I went to Fitchburg State College, and I was there for 4 years, and I started out in film and TV. In my final semester, as part of this major, what the school wants you to do is do a full semester long unpaid 40-hour-a-week internship at a television station or access center, something that has to do with my field. Mm-hmm. So for that final semester, which was the summer of 2003, I found a internship at LTC, which is the local cable access center in Lowell. Mm-hmm. So from 2004 to 2015 I was there, and then when I saw this position open up, I knew Acton, and I knew I was looking to become an executive director in a smaller town from Lowell. I grew up in Townsend, 8,000 people, so I'd love to come back to a smaller community. And Acton, which is not as small as Townsend, but not as big as Lowell, and has just had a great community, I thought it would be a perfect fit. So I submitted my resume, I went through the interview process, and they liked me, so they hired me, and here I am. Pretty cool.
Apparently you dove right in when you came to ActonTV. Coincidentally, I started around the same time as a member here. Mm-hmm. I remember walking in, and there's this gentleman with a really big smile and so welcoming, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, oh, I need to check out this place more. So that's nice. You have this air about you that is very open and welcoming. And basically, anyone could come up to just about any idea. Mm-hmm. And you have the whole range of ideas here at ActonTV for shows, right?
Yeah.
You had a show about legalizing marijuana, right? And you had both sides of the debate portrayed, right? And then you have the arts, and the Dance On, my show. And then all kinds of different things.
An animal show that we do
with
my wife,
yes,
by the way,
Talia
who is a
Duci,
co-host of that show.
Creature features, excellent stuff.
Creature Teachers.
Creature Teachers that feature the creatures. I'm not going to say that again. But yeah, that's a great show. Yeah, that actually won an award, didn't it?
Yeah, we got second place for that in the children's programming category, which is cool because we bring a group of kids from the community ed school in, about 25, 30 kids get to sit in the audience and ask questions, and then come up and pat the animals at the end. And, it's a good time.
So what else, Marc? What else? I mean, not that you have time even to brush your teeth with everything that you're doing. Seriously, you are involved with so many different things. Aren't you on a couple boards? And
Yes, I am. I'm on the board of directors for the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce. I am also on the board of directors for Devon's Disc Golf. I'm a member of the Acton Boxborough Rotary Club, which I was just at earlier today at the meeting. So yeah, I try to keep busy and try to stay involved with the community and what's going on. Because it's important, in my job that I'm I'm involved with the community for outreach, and so I try to do whatever I can to show off ActonTV and talk up all the great stuff that we have here. I mean, there's been a number of events that have taken place which we normally in the past hadn't been out to cover. But being a part of these organizations and these groups, I hear about them like, oh, hey, this sounds, really interesting. It sounds like something that, the community would really be interested in hearing about. Would you mind if we brought a camera and put together a little video? And more often than not, people are like, oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah, we'd love that because, it's promoting that organization or that business. And it's also giving us some content that we can help share to not just Acton, but some of the other surrounding towns, because we've done some stuff in Concord, in Westford, and Littleton. So we kind of call this like the greater Acton area, the area that we cover.
We're all connected. We're really all like one big family, really. If you really look at it that way, then maybe people work together more. That's one of the reasons why I'm involved here, is to promote that connection between people. Yeah.
And we love that you're involved here. You've done so much great work as a volunteer and producer.
Thank you.
Hence this.
I have learned so much. And I'm finally getting in touch with my techie side, techie mama side.
Yeah, we like that.
So all those years taking care of the kids and then re-entering the workplace full time, and it's kind of just been such a journey, and this is a very welcome addition to the journey.
Well, we're happy to have you part of the ActonTV family.
Thank you. Glad to be here. So, can we talk a little bit about disc golf?
Oh, yes. Disc golf.
Yes. So, disc golf is basically, do you consider that like a real physical sport, or is it more of a game of skill? Or is it both?
Well, so a lot of people don't know what disc golf is. So I'll kind of explain a little bit about disc golf. So I'm a passionate, avid disc golf athlete. The best way to describe disc golf is it's golf with a frisbee. And the reason it's not called frisbee golf is because frisbee is a trademark name, and the person who invented it was a former employee of Whammo, which is the company that trademarked frisbee. And at the time, Whammo didn't want anything to do with him or anything to do with disc golf, so they wouldn't allow him to use frisbee in the name, so it became disc golf. So essentially, there's 18 holes, and just like ball golf, which is what us disc golfers call ball golf, to differentiate.
Well, you're using a ball.
So so it's 18 holes, and what you want to do is you have a tee box that you're teeing off from, and instead of having a hole in the ground, you have a metal basket, about yay high, that comes down to here, and there's chains that go all around it, and the chains will catch the disc and drop it into the basket. So you want to throw the disc from the tee box into the basket in the least number of throws. So the big difference between ball golf and disc golf is disc golf isn't played on most of the time in wide open fields like golf is, like ball golf is. Specifically in New England, most courses are in the woods. So the object of the game is to really learn how to shape your discs so that they can fly around trees and up over mounds and around rocks and just all sorts of crazy terrain to get it into the basket. Because you might have a tee box and a basket that might be about 500 feet apart, but they're not always in direct lines. You might have to wrap it around here or wrap it around here. So you have different discs that can fly different ways.
Or do you feel like the curves, the kind of navigation skills that you have in disc golf are kind of like, the way you have to approach things in career in TV. And,
well, it's,
you
you
know,
never, usually in life, things are never as direct as you would like them to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's never, going from here to here. Usually it's a roundabout way to get places, but, that's life.
But then it feels so good when it goes
yeah.
in the basket, right?
Yeah.
When you achieve success and you have a good show and,
Mm-hmm.
Things are going the way they should. And,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my path to ActonTV wasn't like, a straight path here. I
to go around
veered
some
off.
trees
I
there.
tried this. I mean, all throughout life, you have all sorts of different experiences that you only gain through experiencing. That's why they're called experiences.
Right.
So you gain these different experiences throughout life that end up changing your path in different ways. That if you didn't have that experience, you may go this way, but then this happens and you end up going this way, and then this happens and ends up going this way.
And it is an evolution. I always say discovery is in the doing. You really, as you're doing something, you learn from it, and it's usually like a mutual process, especially if you're learning with other people. And it's always about growth.
Yes, that is true.
And I really feel, even since I've been here, that ActonTV has grown so much. I mean, are you happy with the progress that ActonTV is making overall as a TV station? And it seems like the membership has grown. And,
I'm very happy with how things are going here. We've got I've got a great staff. Rick and George and Pat and Elisa, and they're all fantastic, and everybody has the same objective, and the objective is to make ActonTV the best that it can be. Quality programming, education. We teach a lot of media classes here. The outreach to the community, trying to share the wealth of information that's happening in the town and the region with the residents in the community here in Acton and Boxborough. And so we want to educate, inform, entertain, and welcome people here, members here, to do the same. A lot of people ask me, well, how do you get funded if you're a nonprofit?
Good question. Yeah.
And so one of the major ways that we get that we make money is through subscribers to Comcast and Verizon, which are the two cable providers in Acton. And so there is a small section on the bill. It's called a cable franchise fee. And if you are a subscriber to Comcast Verizon, you are essentially already paying to use the space. It's really funded by you, the viewer.
Actually, I am.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah.
And that's why we're
funny.
able to charge so little for membership fees, $25 a year, because the residents who are also the subscribers to Comcast and Verizon are essentially already sort of paying in to this place.
Yeah, it's nice to know that your money is going towards something for the community. That's important.
Definitely.
So, Mark, last but not least, where do you see ActonTV going? What's your vision? Is there like a place you'd like ActonTV to go to? It's, maybe more variety in programming or more members?
Yeah, I'd love to get.
Keep growing.
We have a great membership base here, but I think we're always looking to grow that. And I meet with a lot of people who are interested in putting together their own programming, and I want ActonTV to kind of be known as a hub, a portal of information that we are all sharing with one another. We're lucky enough that we work with all the big groups in town. The town of Acton, the residents of Acton, the businesses and nonprofits of Acton. So we're connected to all of them, and so we have a greater opportunity than most to be able to connect all those different groups. If it's an event that's going on by being put on by a certain business, we can help promote that event and get that out to the residents or the town, and so we just really want to be known as that hub, that portal of information sharing. where people can think, I want to get this out, even if it's just home movies.
Right.
You know, even if it's people that are, you know, shooting their daughter or their son's graduation party, and you know their football games they're playing, a way for them to be able to share that with the community and say, look at all this cool stuff that we're doing. Look at how awesome my son or daughter is, you know, playing this game. You know, it's just, it's a great way, it's a great hub for people to be able to share themselves, their lives, and their interests.
I like your analogy of the hub, because if you think of a hub of a wheel, you think about all the spokes and about how there's a continuous motion always going around with the wheel. So it really is a continuous fluid environment between ActonTV and the community at large.
Yeah. So we're here for the community. If there is, you know, anything that we can do to help go out and cover an event, to educate someone, you know, who maybe just wants to learn how to use a camera, or come into the studio and wants to learn how to do studio production. We offer all that. You know, we go out as a staff and cover a lot of different events. And we're really proud of the quality of our programming. You know, we work closely with our members to perfect their programs, because we know that just as much as anybody else who wants to see it, that they want to put something that they're proud of together.
Well, hopefully ActonTV is paving the way
for
for a better view, right? A better view. Marc Duci, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
And if you want to come down and have fun at ActonTV, come on. It's fun. You learn everything. It's very affirming. Check out
ActonTV.org, our website, for all the information that you would need to learn about ActonTV. Plus, we have all of our videos are on demand, and you can find them right on ActonTV.org.
And on YouTube.
And on YouTube, yes.
On YouTube as well now.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you for joining me.